Oh, hey, it's me. Hey, it's Thursday. You know what that means? Normal world time. My name's Quarterback Garrett.
Hi, I'm Dave Landau. Ahoy.
Ooh.
Chips ahoy, whatever you want me to say.
Chips ahoy.
Good day, all.
There's Angel over there.
Hey.
What's up?
Hey.
What's up? I got to thank you guys for the gifts of birth.
Dude. Yeah, dude. Happy birthday,
Thank
Dave.
you. And happy birthday to you.
Well, thank you.
Happy birthday to Angela.
Yes.
It's
We're all
everyone's
Geminis.
birthday.
That's
Yes.
why
Yes.
it's so chaotic.
What?
Yes.
Is that for real?
We're all
Yeah.
two-faced.
Two-faced bitch.
No, I thought it was like you jive well. That's what Gemini is.
Is that what it is?
Like you're a pair.
Oh.
Well, we're like a triplet.
I guess I read it wrong. But, I mean, cool.
Yeah, it's cool. Tell Dave happy birthday in the chat right now, and you can hit the like button. And you
I
can
still got
tongue
3
punch.
days. She's sooner than me.
Don't worry about that.
Well, don't.
Okay.
Yeah, well.
You could still say happy birthday down there below.
58.
See that bell? Ooh. Wow,
You look good.
You look good, dude.
Thank you. I'm not.
58?
I'm just.
You're not good though.
No, I'm fine. I think you should tongue punch that like box.
Ooh,
And no, I'm 42 in a couple days.
that's the meaning of the universe, man.
Yeah, 42.
Hey.
It was, Jackie Robinson.
That's true.
You know,
Jackie
it's a good
Robinson.
age.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was the black guy that came out and played baseball, and they were like, "Oh, that's how you do it."
Like, we should try this in basketball.
Should we try other sports?
Try this.
It
Get
would
the white guys
certainly
out.
make it more
Yeah.
entertaining.
And now they're just like, could we have golf? Could we keep golf? And they're like, nah.
You can have
Like,
hockey.
nope.
Yeah, you can stay. Hockey's cold and uncomfortable.
You know, black guys are playing hockey now.
They are, and they're good at it.
Give them like a season or two. They'll be popping people's faces.
Some of
around.
them just wear shoes. Not even
that slide,
skates.
you know.
It's a fact.
Hey, we got some really great guests today. Friends of the show, been on before. No haircuts today, but starting off, my good friend Gary Beekler from the Neurotic Channel.
Ow.
What's up? Today I identify as Eric July's bank account. So very happy to be here. This close to Juneteenth.
Yes.
And by the way, I heard Gemini sync together. That's what I heard. Not
That's what we
jive.
do.
Well,
here.
that's what's happening.
Yes. Okay.
I don't know if jive's even a good word.
No, we've synced. We've synced
Synced
up
is
our periods. It's all worked out. Angela, thank you for that. Also with us in studio, my boy Eric July.
Welcome to the show.
Welcome to the show
What's up?
again.
Appreciate y'all. Appreciate y'all having me.
I'm glad you came back and didn't get scarred from last time.
Oh, well, no, I'm just here so I don't get fined, Blaze.
It's
It's like obligation. I
Yeah,
got to do it. So
the rule. You have to do one of the shows every 3 weeks. Suffer through it.
yeah, we're about to do a big meetup over the weekend. I've been telling people about it.
Yeah, it's going to be good this weekend. Hope you got your RSVPs in. At Boozy Bird, we're going to have a great time. Ripperverse meetup. Of course, you will be there. A lot of our friends are going to be there. Gary's going to be there. A lot of guys in our corner of the internet. It's going to be fun. We're, of course, going to have all our books, but it's about hanging out, chatting with the fans, signing stuff. That's what it's all about. That's why we do these. So we're looking forward to it.
Meetups are my favorite thing to do.
Oh, yeah.
So much fun. Listening to people's stories and getting to know them. Like you see the person in the chat and you're like, oh, that person's cool. And then you see them in real life and then you get to hang out. Love those things. We do them all the time.
It legitimizes everything. That's why I love it. A lot of folks like to think that it's all contained to like just our little pocket of the internet. But you see how real it is when you do go and do these events. You get to look these people in the eye. And like you said, you hear their stories, man.
Yeah.
And that's really important, man. It's inspiring as well.
Dude, and you've been killing it too. Yaira just wrapped up.
Yes, that ended up being a almost $6 million campaign. So that's our $4 million plus campaign in a row. Of course, we announced.
Obviously losers.
Yeah, I know.
It's a failure.
The sync is. Dude, we're gonna be bankrupt next week.
Yeah.
Who knows what's gonna happen? But no, seriously. That was amazing. We also announced the McFarlane Toys partnership that we have, and with our first toy being the statue that we have of Yaira is still up for pre-order. People can go get that, but it was an amazing campaign, man. So yeah, we just want to keep getting these books out, and hopefully we can maintain the sort of momentum that we have.
Yeah, it's all about the
Congrats.
Iron Age, dude.
Oh yeah,
Building shit back up.
oh yeah.
We talked about it yesterday, kind of the industry and having that openness now that you don't need the gatekeepers anymore. You can go straight to the source. People that like your stuff, you can make stuff for those people, and it can support the content. So
yeah, it's cool versions of that's floating around. It's not just with obviously comic book creation. I mean, our own Gary, who's here, and how he basically replaced all of Access Media as far as I'm concerned. But no, everybody's able to do their own thing. The audience has their direct line of sight with the people. It's more personal. It's more authentic. It's organic. It's real. People they feel like they understand who the people are that they're giving their viewership to, even money to. And I think that's going to be the way of the future for sure.
Gary, what do you think about it? You say that all the time.
It would be great if we could turn this into what I believe the purest form of capitalism is, which is a small business, and it's a bunch of small businesses working, in competition too. But it's a lot different when it's just sole proprietor. If there's just more sole proprietors out there, and they have their customer base, and they don't need that constant trough of the corporation that needs to be fed, right? I think that would be an ideal future. That will never be, but as long as it's an alternative, a viable alternative, I think that's the direction we're going. Kind of an artisanal thing. And we're seeing that with media. We're seeing it with everything, right? Because the word Silicon Valley likes to use is disrupt. And they became the disrupted now. The disruptors became the disrupted. And that is us. And as long as they don't cut it off, I think we can keep doing it. And I look forward to it. It's been a fun ride. Unfortunately, we've lost a lot to get here, though.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Like every franchise I ever loved is now gone.
Correct.
But you come back around and you go, you know what? Maybe it should just be gone. It was that one trilogy or those two trilogies or whatever it is that you loved. It's okay to put it down, let it be in the past, and then want to make new stuff or want to see other people make new stuff. Like that's what I want to see.
I like everything being turned into garbage.
Yeah,
that's my thing. Like Indiana Jones, like that ruined.
It's a good time for you, Dave.
I know.
It's a real
this
good
is.
time.
I've never felt more entertained. Thank you, Gary.
This is your era.
You little raccoon.
As a comedian, you've got endless material.
I know.
Endless low-hanging fruit.
It's just all trash. I don't enjoy anything anymore.
No, it's horrible.
Yeah, it's all been taken over.
Talking about no, go ahead.
No, well, now there's the alternative where they put out the crap, and now the YouTube videos are better. So I've been looking forward to the Acolyte for months because I knew we'd be getting good YouTube videos out of it.
Dude,
so
yes.
You make the best out of a bad situation.
Yeah,
true.
And honestly, that's where I watch most of my stuff anyways, is on YouTube. Like I watch Ripa, I watch Gary, even though I make videos for you now. I watch those videos. That's my stuff. I watch that. That's in private. I would never tell anybody about
it. Sorry, I didn't mean to mention that.
But Gary, that's the stuff I watch. I'd rather watch you guys break stuff down than have to watch The Acolyte. It is a grueling process.
It's entertaining, man. Like horrible. Seeing obviously our good friend and Mako, it's like seeing him flip out about things can be a little funny. But everybody's coming from the perspective of a fan. That's what makes it, I think, also entertaining because Gary knows his stuff. So when you see Gary talking about what's happening in the comic book industry, I don't know if anybody knew that Gary used to own a comic book shop.
What?
Back in the Gap. Yeah, I know, right?
How long?
I know.
How long did he own it?
How long did you own it, Gary?
10 years.
10 years.
10 years. A decade.
Shut the front door. I don't believe you.
I know, right?
A whole 10 years.
A whole 10
in San Francisco.
That's a record.
And I'm not gay.
That's a record.
And you're not.
What?
Well,
come on, a little?
Yeah. Not even a little.
What?
Wow.
Not even for
Eric.
pay?
Yeah, what about pay for gay?
Well, maybe Tijuana gay. But,
Yeah, that's fair, right?
yeah.
That's what I call it.
Sorry, Eric. I cut you off. My apologies. Let's continue.
No, I was just
Russian
saying
traffic's
that.
gay.
I was saying that everybody that you had brought up, these guys are fans. They're fans of this work, and you're seeing a unique perspective of we are watching things that we've enjoyed. Definitely when I used to cover all the stuff that was happening with the major comic book publishers. I'm coming from the perspective of a fan, and I guess that was my way of coping with it, was doing all these videos, and some of it was in frustration, some of it was like, okay, this is the positive, until I obviously went on and did my own thing, and now it's like I'm not even paying attention to any of that. But I do think that is just going to be the way of the future. Is the mega corporate entities that now own these things that we once loved, are they going to keep pumping out garbage? probably.
Yes.
That's a very safe bet. But there also are a lot of alternatives that are popping up that people are seeing can be competitive. It ain't just me, and I'm sure there'll be someone else, even in the comic book industry, that will be a newcomer that will do better than what the Rippaverse did, and that'll be awesome to see.
Yeah, this Jack Dorsey video that came out yesterday.
I draw dicks. I'm sorry. Go on.
Where? You're the guy that keeps doing that?
No, it's not important. Keep going. I just want to let people
Every
know
day.
If you want
Every day.
Slipped.
If you want some comics. It's a whole
Very specific.
I got a whole
comic.
I got a whole dick-averse.
That works in the independent comic book sphere.
Yeah,
do
you
that.
have
You
to
can
come
make that
over to his
work.
house.
Yeah,
you can
just-
read them on his walls inside the bathroom. He's got them everywhere.
It's really
it's all
haunting.
connected too.
And they're so detailed.
It's like Red Rum, but with dicks that are perfect,
Yeah, like really detailed.
with breathtaking.
Like
dick.
Drew Struzan did these dicks.
Yeah, you're like, who
You're
did?
talented.
Like some are erect, some are soft, some are circumcised, some are not.
The whole spectrum of
It's pretty amazing.
dicks, like it really is good.
It's why, that's why at night I keep my blinds open and the house well lit, so everyone can see my
Why
art.
would you want to hide that? Don't hide that.
Why
You
would
gotta
I?
show that to the world.
I worked very hard
Everybody
on it.
should see that. It should be
You
like
worked hard on it?
Yeah,
you should have
soft as
little
well.
little
Show
school
your
groups.
truth, Dave.
I just I just want people to know my truth,
Oh, I'm proud of you.
and I'm glad Gary gets it.
Yeah.
Just the ones on my car. You can stop doing those.
No, I do those with keys.
I got to keep fixing it. So play this clip. Jack Dorsey, the founder of Twitter, talking about algorithms and how they manipulate you.
This is going to sound a little bit crazy, but I think the free speech debate is a complete distraction right now. I think the real debate should be about free will. And we feel it right now because we are being programmed. We're being programmed based on what we say we're interested in. And we are told through these discovery mechanisms what is interesting. And as we engage and interact with this content, the algorithm continues to build more and more of this bias. But the algorithm, even if it's open source, is effectively a black box. You cannot predict 100% of the time how it's going to work, what it's going to show you. And it can be moved and changed at any time. And because people become so dependent upon it, it's actually changing and impacting the agency we have, the free agency we have. And I think the only answer to this is not to work harder at open source in algorithms or making them more explainable about what they're doing and why they're doing it, but to give people choice. Give people choice of what algorithm they want to use from a party that they trust. Give people choice to build their own algorithm that they can plug in on top of these networks and see what they want, and they can shift them out as well. And give people choice to have really a marketplace around an algorithm that you can choose.
I think it's good that Human Xanax is giving us that information.
I believe that was one of the Island Boys.
What was on his shirt that was supposed to be Nirvana?
I thought it said Satan, but
I thought it did, but it was too many letters.
That
yeah.
would make a lot of sense.
Sublime.
That's how gripping that was to me that I'm like, what does that shirt say?
What he's saying
Yeah.
is important.
It is really
I
interesting.
know what he's saying is actually very
Does it say
important,
Satan?
but I can't get through it.
But that really applies, like when Eric was talking about the content that you like to watch.
Sure.
Right? You could subconsciously be watching content that you didn't even originally want to watch, or whatever, because that algorithm just keeps giving it to you, and it's a really interesting conversation from a person that's so, like, he was there from the start of algorithms, man. Like, he was developing them. And they were very powerful in shifting people's perspectives on what reality is. Not reality, but what they thought reality was.
Well, yeah, that's it. And I mean, he brings up a great point because he's like, that kind of controls the conversation because people obviously are having some sort of discussion. They're creating content based on what this algorithm is dictating is going to fly around. So you're not really getting an authentic conversation. It's like it is programmed very, very much. So his solution, though, is interesting, right? That solution of basically just sort of plug and play kind of algorithm that is for the individual. That's an interesting concept. And if that can be technically pulled off, I guess you can make even that's not going to be perfect, but right. I guess you can make the argument that may be the most preferable, because what happens with like a massive platform like a YouTube where they have an algorithm, even though it's ever changing and it'll switch up on you, and what worked before doesn't work today.
Right.
Even with something like that, if it was kind of unique to that individual, I could see that being more, at least the conversation around what's actually happening in the real world would seem to be more honest instead of like forced or at a push of a button. And we're only talking about this because the algorithm says that the engagement is there for it.
Right.
Well, and they're also training you young at that point where they're just feeding you and feeding you. And
and you perceive that's what I want to see. And it's like, is that really what's best for you to like dwell in, like negative stuff all the time? That's just how you've chosen it. But yeah, if you have like an individual, like I take my algorithm from YouTube, plug it in, and it knows what I want, to Twitter and it knows what I want. That's like simultaneously a good idea, but like could also be very scary, like it knowing everything about me. I feel like it would need to be.
It does.
Completely. Yeah, right.
It already does.
But it already does. But like, is there a way for us to be able to take control of that and be able to go into that black box, like you said, and like uncheck what I don't want to see? And what were you saying, Garrett?
I love when you were talking about that. It said follow Normal World on TikTok. By the way.
Do it.
Follow Normal World on TikTok.
The Chinese communist trap.
There is this sure, if they have some mechanism, apparatus thing you can put on your computer to give you your own algorithm, I would ask who's making it.
Yeah.
What access does it have? Is it really going to happen? But I have a way to do this. It's called analog. It's called unplug. If you want to have your own algorithm in life, just get the F off. I mean, there'll be a day when I retire from all this stuff and I'm unplugging from everything. I'm gone. So
you're going Luke Skywalker?
I'm gonna go
Jake Skywalker?
No, I don't like milk.
You're gonna concentrate yourself to death? Don't do that.
I don't like milk and defeat and and complacency. I'm not into that.
Falling off a motorcycle and sucking ever since.
Right. I predict
we'll get into that later.
I predict there will be an analog generation. There will be a generation that completely rejects all this stuff coming.
Dude, I hope so.
I look forward to it.
Generation Alpha, man. They're going to see everyone because they were like, we were the ones, Gen X and Gen millennials grew up in a world before all of this connected social medias and all that. And then we watched it grow. So we have a different perspective on it. And then I feel like the generation right after us was just so inside of they had iPads in their faces. They don't know anything other than social media. And that's how you.
Well, I think that's why so many people look at like that era, that decade of the 90s as like peak society, right? Yes. And a lot of us obviously were there. I was growing up during that period of time. But you bring up a great point where internet was kind of just kicking off. I mean, you remember everybody had the little Net Zero and AOL disc to try to get a free trial to get the dial up and all that like that.
Next to the cash register.
Yeah, exactly. Like, because we weren't that connected. And everything was more enjoyable back then. Everything wasn't spoiled in terms of entertainment. There was more organic conversation that was happening. We didn't seem to know that a lot of the actors and actresses hated us because that stuff was buried in some magazine that nobody read. You couldn't easily access it on Instagram. It was just a much better time, at least as far as the conversations that we were having. So there's a negative, there's a plus and a negative, because the beauty of it also is that I recognize that if we weren't so connected, something like the Riververse couldn't happen.
Absolutely.
Right? So there's the positive of it, and there's the absolute negative, which we see a lot of that as well.
Which is everything else.
Which is everything else.
All the other things.
Yeah, we like to romanticize stuff, right? Like I hang out with my friends more than I ever did. It's just online.
True.
I just went to a movie where I had to wait in line, and it was first come, first serve seats. And but screw that. I want to pick my seat and get there halfway through the trailers. I don't want to ever go back to that. And Dave, like, we'd be dead. We'd be dead if we were able to order our drugs on the Silk Highway.
Are you kidding me?
We wouldn't even be here.
Yeah, that was just readily available.
They have apps where you can just deliver to your house.
Yeah.
That's not good.
No, it's not good. You had to go earn those drugs. You had to go
Damn
out.
right.
You'd go and get them, put yourself in terrible situations. That way, you felt like a real somebody by the time you did them.
Yeah.
I mean, it hurt. You're broken.
Your dealer's
You learn
arguing
something.
with his old lady, and there's some roommate who's cooking something that he's threatening to kill every 5 minutes. It's great.
There's always guns on the table, and none of them look like they work properly.
No,
They're all
they can
dirty.
go off at any minute.
Yeah, there's so many different kinds of smoke. You're not even sure what you're inhaling. You just know you're standing in it. You're like, I don't know if
It's a
I'm.
car exhaust.
You're like, is this a burning
Let's be real,
garbage
Dave.
can or is this
We
crack?
both have Dave. We both have 10 years to live. Let's enjoy it.
I know, right? That's a good point.
Soak it up.
Oh boy, my son's gonna hit the lotto when that insurance
Yeah,
kicks
so-
in.
so
Unless
it-
they watch
Yep.
anything I've done,
Well, yeah, that'll
they're
all
gonna
be
be
on
like, it's kind of his fault.
the internet. It's evidence every second of this right now.
So then this is all for the sake of a show, and I've never touched anything.
That's all. It's all jokes. You're
don't
a comedian, Dave. Dave's a comedian.
Drugs? Come on, why would you do those except to have a great time?
But Gary has a great point. It is a double-edged sword. You have the bad and you have the good. Like, I wouldn't have known you. I wouldn't know Dave. I wouldn't know Eric or Angela or any of this stuff without Twitter and without social media that we can connect. And all of the great fans that we have met at these meetups and we get to hang out in real life, we wouldn't get to do because we didn't have this social media thing. So yeah, I think it's just society growing up with this. I think we're like a society that's in its teens and don't know how do we navigate life with each other being this connected, because we've never ever in the history of mankind
Good point.
been this connected.
Yeah, that's a great point. It's actually, I didn't even think about it from that perspective. Like, this is such a unique thing. This has never been a thing that has ever happened in any sort of history. So we're trying to figure it out like everybody is. A lot of things that unfortunately have been applied didn't work, or maybe they were terrible ideas, and there's mistakes that have been made. And I'm hoping that the generations that are in front of us or behind us, depending on what way that you want to put it, understand that element of it and build something that is far more efficient and like better than what it is that we had to
And
deal
honest.
with. And honest. I mean,
Honest,
that's
And
really
honest.
what this whole conversation is more or less about. It's about what is real, right? What is authentic, what is honest. And again, hopefully that's something that's prioritized, because the other side of it, and definitely the negative part with all of this interactivity, is that it's a lot of it's so fake. And now we see that so much of it is just not real. The conversation that we're discussing right now is algorithms, right? And it's like, that's something that's been just mega boosted. And like, are people really into this, right? You see things and they blow up and they got all these views. And you're like, where did that come from? That doesn't feel like it's organic at all. And maybe because it's not.
Yeah, and then among that, you've got the bots that are out there. I'm like, how many people that I interact with on a day-to-day basis
not real?
Because I've done that thing, and I don't know if you do this on Twitter. Do this. When you're scrolling and you find something funny or you find something ridiculous, go to the comments and then find one of the people that say the craziest thing. Then click their profile picture. 9 times out of 10, it will not be a real person. You'll go through and they'll have these random interaction farming kind of opinions on a vast number of different topics. And it'll be like, oh, individually, when I'm in a chain thread here about X thing, it doesn't feel weird. But when you see it all in context, it's like, oh, this is not a real thing. It's just trying to get engagement for whoever is owning that account or whoever wants that engagement on that specific thing. Like, we know bot farms exist. So like,
But the
you got
comments
the
they leave
algorithm
are,
and then that.
they're terrible.
Yeah, it's
Like, for everybody worrying
make
about
sense.
AI and everything, the stuff that they write and put out there, it's all like just crap. Like, you can tell. Yeah. You can tell when something's not organic.
they're
Like,
counting on you not looking at it for too long. They're counting on you just seeing, like,
Sure,
just
that
scrolling
makes
past.
sense,
The second you click on it and you go, who would actually have this opinion and how are they living their life like this? And you click into their profile.
no,
and
it's
you're like, nobody is. It's not real.
It's a straight guy with
Well,
his
nothing-
wife, and it's
nothing
like, go
good.
get him, fellas. And then it's like a heart. You're like, this guy, it's not real.
It's not real.
Yeah, it's not real when it's good. But I think we're getting close to the singularity of, wow, that's a really shitty human writer, and that's a really normal AI writing. I don't see the difference between the two forms of writing.
That's true.
You will not be able to differentiate within 6 months, considering some of the reviews that we just read on the Acolyte in the last 2 live streams. It's getting pretty close.
Oh, people are morons. I mean, that's like we've ruined grammar just so we can catch up with how crappy the AI is going to be at first, to where it kind of meets in the middle.
Yeah, it's like
how about
going
just
down,
the
they're
letter
going up.
U, and we'll spell your Y-O-U-R no matter what situation we're
it'll
in.
be fine.
There should be one there.
They're learning from us. We're teaching them every day.
Yeah.
Well, B4 is going to turn into B4 soon. That's just going to become regular.
Yes.
U is just going to be U.
It's going to be in
and
court
your,
documents.
It's just going to be UR. So
yeah, it's going to all be garbage. Oh man.
I'm glad we're riding the ship down together.
Yeah,
I'm glad I'm old.
Yeah, I'm pretty old. I'm
I
not
don't have
old.
to deal with this very long.
Nah, that's what sucks.
Like, I'm on the way out, man.
I'm middle aged. I'm like I have
not
a
even that
kid.
old.
I don't want it to. I know I'm not that old.
Neither of y'all are old. Like 30-year-olds are like 12-year-olds now.
Well, in the way you dress and behave, yes.
Yes, see? See, and the older you get, the younger you get.
Says a man in his 40s wearing a shirt with a Bronco on it.
That's what I'm saying. I'm saying
This is a
40s
throwback to the
new
90s.
20.
Yes. Well, 40s is, I think everything 55 and under is the new 20 because for some reason none of us grew up.
Yeah.
None of our
Gary
dads
is
look
just
like
like
this.
Gary is just now becoming a nice adult.
Yeah. But I mean, if you look at him too, he's like dressed like me. Could you imagine your dad walking in the house dressed like either of us?
No.
You'd be like, what are you,
what?
you all right?
What are you doing?
You got cancer
You
or
just
something?
giving-
You're trying to relive your youth?
It's that meme where they take a photo of like George Costanza when he was 30 and he looks like he's got a tucked in shirt and a belt over his thing and is losing all this hair. And then a person in their 30s now and they have like, they're like the most like fuck boy kind of
Right, yeah.
attire. And it's like, these are both 30-year-olds.
And it's not that far apart.
No. It's like what, 20 years? 20
Yeah, 20. I mean, it was the 90s. Now it's 2024, so maybe it has been a while.
Oh, dude.
That whole 9/11 thing made us all dress like kids.
Oh, immediately.
Sure.
That's my theory.
Yep.
Yeah. I mean, I could be wrong,
Infantilized,
but you know what?
And COVID made everybody want to dress like girls
It's right.
or turn into them.
Or cat boys or
That's true.
Or dogs.
Yeah.
We have so many more women now because of COVID.
Yeah, the numbers are up.
So many more unbangable women.
Numbers are up, but
Depends on your standards, I guess.
Yeah, that's true. It also depends if you want to have a family or just pretend.
That's true.
I mean, no, you can adopt. You know, I don't want to get thrown off the
Adoption is great.
algorithm. Yeah, I think it's great if you adopt
fantastic.
if you're a friggin' weirdo.
Like a non-normal person.
No, like I just meant like
a completely
like a fun
just-
person.
Yeah, like a messed up
Sure.
person.
Yes, like a man who has had his penis turned into a vagina adopting a child.
Yeah, somebody you can't even walk through their house. It's just so much trash.
Is this real?
Why is this real? It's very real, man.
Just imagine, like, if it was like every now and then you hear about it, but it's all the time.
It's all the time.
It's all the time.
Why is
where
it
it's
all
like-
the time, dude?
It's like me and my fake wife would like to have a baby.
That's that algorithm, dude. How many people are having normal lives with normal kids and adopting normally? Most people.
I think
Most people are, right?
adopting normally.
Yeah.
My sister adopted normally.
See?
What did she do? Just went to China, right? And was like, "Here's a check."
Yeah, Thailand, you just pick them up off the street.
I
not
can't
even being a
I
dick.
can't exactly say how it happened, but
That sounds so weird.
Yeah, like you basically.
quietly
that
said, I went
makes
to
it sound
the
totally
park.
normal.
Yeah,
There was a kid hanging out, and I was like, "Where is your family?"
in China, when they stopped killing the girls, they were like, "Tell the Americans they can come get them and enrich their lives."
Is that why we have so many over here?
Yeah, that's why so many have American voice. Well, yeah,
Yeah,
I know tons of Chinese with white parents.
Yeah.
It's weird,
that is weird.
off-putting. I tell you what's not off-putting.
Off-putting.
Good grades.
Good grade. Yeah, that's true.
she's got smart eyes.
Great.
Like Kurt Metzger's joke. We're just mad because they're better at being white.
Oh yeah.
More
successful.
It's funny because it's true.
It's very true, yes. But I'll tell you what, since 2007, Folds of Honor has provided life-changing scholarships to the spouses of children of America's fallen
Oh yeah.
or disabled in combat. And in 2023, this was extended to include the families of fallen first responders. They've awarded 51,000 scholarships to more than $200 million so far. And the need is still great, but together we can make sure no qualified applicant is turned away. Flying Ace is aligned with Folds of Honor to ensure the children of American heroes receive the education they deserve. As proud supporters of Folds of Honor, Flying Ace has had the privilege of providing hope for families of those who protect our freedom. To that end, Flying Ace is proudly sponsoring 4 scholarships. 4 scholarships.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Yes. So what you can do to help do that is go to flyingacespirits.com or scan the QR code on the screen. The link is also in the show notes. And when you purchase a bottle of Flying, and you've had it, right?
I've had it. It's pretty good. It's actually tasty.
It's quite delightful. So when I think they wanted pretty good, I think it's a good selling.
I say quite tasty.
No,
I like to
know
to
it
ramp
was
up
good
the
'cause-
praise. I don't want to gas it up too much.
No, Derek's an Elkie, and he loved it.
He liked it a lot.
And that's important.
A whole lot. We had a
Whenever I
bottle
want to
and
make
it's
sure that somebody's enjoying alcohol, I just go, "Is that good, Derek?" And he's like, "It makes me not feel."
gone. I'm good. I had cancer.
And you can.
That's a great Derek.
Thank you.
It's like he's in the room.
Yeah,
Where was he?
with us now.
I had cancer. So Flying Ace Spirits. For the love of God. All right, Flying Ace Spirits.
You almost made it through.
Or scan, the QR code. But we love Flying Ace. Seriously, use the code NORMALWORLD for free shipping. You're going to help out these soldiers, these first responders' families. FlyingAceSpirits.com, promo code NORMALWORLD. Get that shipped for free.
Yeah, come on.
That's $0.
That's the shipping. Get the shipping free.
Yes, the shipping is free.
Yeah.
And it would be a really great gift to give to somebody that you know that's,
An
maybe.
alcoholic, yeah.
Yeah, like if
I was
you
going to say who's served, but
if you know who served, or if you know Derek and you realize that he only likes one thing, and that's booze.
Yeah. All the time.
All the time.
Just every second of the day.
Danger to everyone around him.
Yeah. That was almost downright respectable, that ad read.
Yes, it was. I would call it probably our best.
I would say top 10
I'll call it
at
pretty good.
least.
Because Garrett
I give it a 4.
Kind of tasty.
kind of tasty.
Yeah, but I mean, it's booze, and you have to buy it, and you're getting booze, and you're helping a kid.
Might as well help some kids out.
What's wrong with that? If I as an Elkie recovered, I support that.
And I like alcohol.
And we support that.
And we
Yes.
support that.
Also, we're sponsored by Vicodin for people that have fallen off of horses.
Hey,
Just go to
use code normal.
Pfizer.com. Yeah,
Go down to 6th Street.
ask for my friend Ray Ray.
Corn pop.
Use the code NORMALWORLD, and he'll charge you probably full price.
Yes. He will not
Charge you more.
He will not respect that at all.
He'll be the one in the raincoat.
Not going to honor it. You may see his penis, but don't worry about it. Don't look at it. Don't look at it directly.
Yeah, he's gonna say it's a tumor, but it's just his dick
not.
out.
It's not.
It's a prank he does.
He's so funny.
It's very funny. Hey,
He's a
Jimmy
zany
Kimmel.
guy. Jimmy Kimmel.
What happened? Dave, could you explain to me what happened to Jimmy Kimmel Live?
You mean how does somebody continue to get funnier, or do you mean what happened on the show?
Just the best,
Oh,
the best version of whatever
Did
this is.
something funny happen on the show?
Yes,
would be
that's
newsworthy.
That's what's
Well, not
shocking.
on the show. Behind the scenes.
That's what's shocking.
No, nothing happened on the stage.
Okay.
Nothing intentional.
Kamala's great. It's a good laugh to have for listening.
Oh, God.
Sorry.
That's spot on though. It's like, yeah, Kamala, how's it? Just this flaming. It's like a pterodactyl on fire.
It's like Marion from Brooklyn.
Yeah. Oh, she's. Ugh. Anyway,
so
future
Jimmy Kimmel
President
had a-
Kamala Harris was on. I'm
Oh, my
joking.
God.
Joking.
Don't even put that in the...
Joking. Well, we all know that the main guy might be coming out saying as he just shit his pants, publicly.
You see that video? Where
Dude,
he
he's
couldn't
like
sit down?
pushing it.
He was like,
He's not even like letting it slip. He's just taking a dump. Anyway,
I'm hoping they're going to swap him out with Mark Hamill.
they should.
Nobody's going to notice.
That's
They'll be
true.
like, that guy's cringy too.
And then we can take out Mark Hamill. And then anyway,
Bring him
sorry.
to Dallas.
Oh
Stuck
yeah.
in traffic.
We have a great show for you to do in Dallas.
Whoa.
In a convertible.
Minecraft.
So last night, Kamala Harris, or maybe Tuesday night. So yeah, last night, right? No, 2 nights ago.
no.
I don't know days.
Tuesday, Wednesday, yep.
But activists, he was interviewing Kamala Harris live on Tuesday night, they decided to take a stance on Israel's war on Gaza, which Jimmy Kimmel, from what I understand, can't stop.
Which is also, to note, very hilarious.
Yes, because they're just now eating themselves. The activists were said to to be there to remind people there is no business as usual during genocide. But it turned out there was. The show was actually being taped, and it is, in fact, a business. So after Harris was introduced and seated, the activists set off a chain of disruptions that have now led to claims of illegal detainment and physical assault of some of the security at Jimmy Kimmel Studios.
And that's just not the regular members of the audience, right? That's
correct. Yeah. Well, there's a few that are upset. But it has nothing to do with that. It was just having to sit there through a monologue. But Kimmel tried to claim the agitated audience members were joking. You're interrupting my flow. And if any, well, why don't we just watch the clip?
Yeah. Stop the genocide! 15,000 children died because of you! Stop the genocide! You're a murderer! 15,000 children died! Kamala Harris!
It's good to have you.
Stop.
You're interrupting my flow. All right. Anybody else? If anyone else has anything to say, this is the time.
1.9 million people.
The band.
Drowning them out.
Put up for my band, Sexual Chocolate.
Pick the grooviest music.
Yeah, the funkiest beat.
I know.
That boy's good and terrible.
Oh my God.
Terrible.
He's going off. I love this.
This is fantastic.
This is great.
Oh, here's where they almost get arrested.
Yeah, this is where they go up to security.
Are we,
You're under arrest at the moment.
What?
So
Why?
please let me have your ID for interfering with a live.
I thought that was Trump.
You're arrested for interfering with a live talk show.
Television show.
It's real laws.
That's all you need to know. So let me have your ID.
In show business, this is a crime.
You're going to Kimmel jail.
why can't I have my phone?
Can we see your badge?
Yeah.
I am
I'd like
working
to
a
see your
security
badge.
here, and it doesn't make
I
any
have a
difference.
tie.
You are under arrest.
It does. We're not under arrest.
I have glasses.
Did you see my bald head? I'm an authority.
Yes.
This is the best. They're locking him in now.
This is straight up kidnapping now.
Give me my ID.
How dare you!
Yeah. Now the bald guy's
Now he's
had
assaulting
it.
her.
Oh man, me too.
Yeah. The bald guy has found the smallest, frailest woman and forearmed her into a wall.
Oh no! They've got headlocks now.
That guy.
You're not allowed to
Oh.
use headlocks, man.
Fire now! Ceasefire now!
And then they went onto the street to bother everybody else. But it was LA, so everybody was already chanting it.
It was just
They got outside.
part of the
Well,
environment.
they thought ceasefire. They're like, what? The Crips and the Bloods? No.
Right.
You can't do that.
Get out of the way.
Dude.
Oh, it's why like I hate the protesters all the same. But I also
That's hilarious.
I also find it great that the show was ruined. How do you keep going after that too?
How do you recover?
Yeah, where
from
you're like,
that?
all right, everybody, we're gonna do the interview, but we're probably not gonna bring up the 15,000 dead babies. All right, everybody, cool.
Yep.
All right.
We
At
do
the right
that.
place.
Can I get a bass line?
A little Seinfeld ending. That's what I.
Today, a friend of ours got this actual text from possibly the Jimmy Kimmel Live show. No joke, because he's out in LA. Do we have the picture too? Hi, it's Jimmy Kimmel. I host a poorly rated show on TV that Donald Trump hate watches. I'm intruding on your text today because I'm interviewing President Biden and President Barack Obama with special guests George Clooney, Julia Roberts, and more. And you're invited. Joe made me promise extra malarkey, and malarkey there will be. Are you interested? Pitch in any amount of money, and you will be entered to win a trip to LA to meet a pair of presidents, 2 movie stars, and 1 poorly rated talk show host. Every cent will help keep Donald Trump out of the Oval Office. Sincerely, Jimmy.
Wow, I totally believe that.
Any
Really
amount,
from
please.
Any amount, please.
Act blue.
Yeah.
Act blue.
I also have a prince from Africa.
Yes.
Needs a little donation.
Yeah, don't donate to
a little
that
bit.
unless it's real. Then do and put my name
Just let him know.
because I would love to go to start yelling.
I would like to chase this rabbit down that hole. I want to figure out what's going on.
Yeah, I just
What is
like,
this?
right when George Clooney starts talking, I'd be like, "You've killed 15,000 babies."
Yes.
And you ruined General Hospital.
It was terrible. ER
That was just from
horrible.
Ocean's 12.
Yeah. I liked you on ER a little. I'm weird.
Oh, it was ER, wasn't it?
I think he was on both.
He was on both
Oh,
because he was a soap dude. He was a soap guy.
He was a handsome.
Yeah, one of the
I hated that
handsomes.
haircut. That Caesar haircut, dumbest haircut that's ever existed for men.
Oh, the one that's basically the Lloyd Christmas haircut
Yes.
from Dumb and
Oh,
Dumber.
yes.
Oh, with the bangs.
It only looks good on an exquisite face.
Yeah.
That's it. It doesn't even look good on that.
That's why I had it.
Well, it looked good on you.
did have
Yeah, a lot
That
of
was
dudes had that back in.
Yeah, I
back in-
didn't. I did not. I can only imagine. People would just be like, "Hey, buddy, you looking for your ball?"
You special? Do you-
Yeah.
Did you come to get a
because you're
drink
wearing
of the
the
garden hose?
You're wearing the helmet all the time.
Yeah, that's.
I'm looking for my mama.
Yeah, have you seen my mom?
You're
I like
35.
breaks
You're
for
35.
potatoes.
Yeah, I just love the bowl cut. That was a real and still is. It just
Dude,
put
it's
a
coming
bowl.
back for sure.
Oh, of course, everything's coming back. You just set it right on somebody's head and then make them look like they have Down syndrome. Sorry, no offense if you have Down syndrome
Yeah.
or
You know what down?
your family does.
You know what down?
But offense if you have that
It's cool.
haircut.
But if you gave him the haircut, I mean, you doubled down.
So
You double downs.
Too much? All right, we
No.
can cut that out.
They would laugh.
No.
All right.
No.
No, there's yeah
Down syndrome people would laugh.
I have
Love
a-
you
I have
guys out
Down
there.
syndrome
You're just
people.
all awesome
in my
all the
in my
time.
car. Family,
Get
trunk.
out of my dreams.
they're strong,
Oh yeah,
stronger than most.
like an ape.
Like a pack of them. Sorry, we should go back to talking about.
Oh yeah, some serious things.
Well, really, I think it's
seriousness.
great that happened. I enjoyed watching.
He made the bed.
great.
He made the bed, dude. This is what he's been setting up for the last like 7 years. Congratulations.
Oh, that security guard. That security guard is fired by the end of the week.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Call it
absolutely.
now.
It's too white and
Calling
bald.
it now.
Too white.
Oh
White
yeah.
ball.
Well, he also went right after like the smallest person and was like, "Come here,
Yeah.
come here, lady. Take this."
that's it.
I'm a real officer.
It's like, I identify as a woman, but I I look like what is it? Paul fucking. What's the guy's name? I'm blanking on it now.
Oh, you're talking about
From Letterman.
yeah, his band
Oh,
guy.
his band dude.
Yeah, apparently.
Paul Schaefer?
I
Yeah.
also thought he looked like the.
Paul Schaefer.
You remember that old dude, the old bald guy that had like a super southern accent, but he was for the Democrats. They'd always bring him on like Fox News to be the Democrat guy. He's like,
The Creole guy.
Yes.
Yes, who was a debater.
That
He's
was
still
that.
around.
Yeah, he's still around. He's beating up women on the Jimmy Kimmel set.
Yeah.
Well, it's good to know that he has a job.
You know that Jimmy Kimmel, like every one of those security guards have just wanted to hit somebody for a while now.
Waiting up.
Well, sitting
Mostly Kimmel.
Can you blame him?
No.
Yeah, mostly Kimmel.
Yeah, that's why he's probably just pretending she's Kimmel, just throwing her
Yep.
against a wall, being like, "Just go back to what you once were."
Stop calling me Jimmy.
Stop calling me Jimmy.
I like it. Well, we have a doctor.
We do.
We do have a doctor.
And you guys send us in some questions. We send them to him. Let him know. This week's, you know what? Let's just let him explain the question.
Why don't we ask the question? Well, let's ask the question from because somebody sent it in.
Well, somebody sent it in. It may have been me using a fake name.
What?
Let's not give away all of it.
Well, we have to set it up with the clip from Gothic Show.
How dare you? Oh,
Can we play that?
Yes.
Woman gave herself poop transplants using her brother's feces to treat debilitating IBS. And then she started getting acne just like him.
excuse me.
So she didn't have acne before. And then she got these poop transplants, which is apparently like a very common thing that's done.
How do you transplant poop?
Okay, it does say a man in his mid-30s with Crohn's disease did DIY poop transplants using his mom as a donor for years.
Oh my God.
They appeared to ease his gut symptoms, but he experienced menopause symptoms such as sweating, hot
What?
flashes, and mood swings, similar to his menopausal mom.
How does that? What is in poop?
Poop.
So we asked doctors. Well, we didn't ask.
This is a highbrow show. I'm sure you're glad you came in today, Eric.
Yeah, like I said.
Sarah Gonzalez.
Same thing.
Exactly.
Same thing.
It's basically the same.
Yeah, we
It's like 20
The
feet.
same thing.
give you-
Show.
Well, can we do a Glenn Beck like on the blackboard, like breaking down poop transplants?
We certainly
Need that.
can.
We've done that.
I need
Well,
that.
we actually have this one coming. Let's see what Dr. Steve has to say about it.
Hey, it's your old pal, Dr. Steve, and this week Carl asks, I have a crappy personality. I heard a fecal transplant might help me. Is there any truth in this? Well, Carl, although it sounds kind of wacky that transplanting stool from one person's colon into another person's could have any effect on someone's personality other than to cause post-traumatic stress disorder, or alternately, be a huge turn-on, in fact, there is some science behind the idea. The gut-brain axis is a communication network that links the central nervous system and the gastrointestinal tract. This enteric nervous system is often referred to as the second brain, and it consists of over 100 million nerve cells lining the stomach and bowel. Dysbiosis, or an imbalance in the microbial community of the gut, has been linked to various mental disorders, including anxiety, depression, and even more severe conditions. On the flip side, dietary components like probiotics and prebiotics can enhance beneficial gut microbiota and may offer protective effects against some mental disorders. Gut organisms are known to produce and regulate neurotransmitters such as serotonin, dopamine, and glutamate, which are vital for neurologic and immunologic activities in the brain. Furthermore, inflammation in the gut has been associated with the onset and progression of severe mental illness. People with inflammatory bowel disease actually suffer from high rates of depression and anxiety, even if you correct for the other symptoms of those diseases. I can just hear you ask, there must be some fancy name for this, right? Well, you're right. We call it fecal microbiota transplantation, or FMT. But it's still just a fancy name for taking shit from one person's asshole and shoving it up another person's asshole to supplement the shit that's already there. FMT can be administered through enemas, colonoscopy, or oral capsules. Oh, more shit pills, please. Anyway, there is some rudimentary evidence that fecal transplants can improve depression, bipolar disorder, and even autism spectrum disorder. But much more research is needed. You can imagine it's not easy getting funding for a study like this. First, how are you going to make money off of people's literal shit? Then there's the whole study recruitment issue. Hey, you're depressed, right? Do you mind if we shove a tube up your rectum and pour someone else's liquid stool up there and just see what happens? Bowel humor aside, there actually are people making money on this. A company in Canada, of course, created an artificial stool which they named Repopulate. It works against certain colon infections, but the jury is out whether synthetic stool will be effective in treating depression and other mental illnesses. As far as the real question behind your submission, there is no evidence that complex behaviors can be transferred from one person to another. If you get a fecal transplant from a murderer, for instance, it won't cause you to irrationally slaughter your coworkers. Though it would make for a damn entertaining court TV trial. Isn't that right, Dave?
Oh, my Lord. I was laughing so hard. Oh.
After that very, very long poop joke, I think I actually learned something out of it. That was wild.
Yeah, I also wonder if Angela wrote in on my behalf.
I didn't know about the link between the gut and depression or anything.
Yeah, anxiety, depression, and it all comes from having explosive diarrhea all the time.
Bro.
And autism. Don't forget the autism.
Yeah.
Autism, yeah.
That's my bio.
You and Matt should exchange poop and see what happens.
Oh my goodness, dude! You can make you could both be superhuman.
Oh yeah,
dude.
In all seriousness, there are doctors out there who believe strongly that autism, the rise in autism rates has come directly from the food we are eating and how the gut reacts to it.
Dude,
so
that's wild. I didn't know that it was that connected.
It's got to be part of the depression.
Sure.
Yeah. It's got. I don't eat anything that's good.
We should try to put you on a diet.
I mean, that's
and none of us want to end up
It's
like
the bed
Gino
cake.
Bisconte.
Yeah. I'm
Oh, no, we don't want to do
eating
that.
my between the sheets cake.
Yeah.
We,
You thought it was like to treat your depression. It's causing it.
I know.
It's a vicious cycle, you and that cake.
So you're saying that stuffing myself with a drug known as sugar is not helping me?
Or it turns out, dude.
Dude, that's not good though. How are you with diarrhea, Gary? 1 to 10.
1 to 10 with diarrhea. I hate
how
having
often?
it. So,
well, I mean, I'm not saying
Often?
to enjoy it, but how? I mean, most people don't enjoy
This is
it
a 10 out of 10 stool. I just
unless you've been in a car
Okay,
holding
what-
it, and then it's a 10 when you get home.
like, how often do I have it?
Dude, how
When I'm
often do you
sick?
feel? Is that it when you're sick?
Yeah.
Okay, mine's like 3 times a day. So I got to find
Okay,
something
that's
in the
not
middle.
good. Yeah,
Gary
that's-
does like fasts where he doesn't eat for 3 days or something, and does like
Yeah.
cleanses. He's all on top of that stuff.
You do the
Oh,
same.
yeah, yeah,
you
I
do
could-
cleanses and all that.
Oh yeah,
Yep.
I fast all the time.
You do. That's things I won't eat in the beginning part of the day, and then I'll have pizza.
Same.
That's defeating the purpose, man. Defeating the purpose.
But my doctor says my heart's perfect, and I've made that up.
Oh, I
He
made
said
a
you got a
mistake of
good
believing you
heart.
for a second.
So how often would you have diarrhea, Gary? Let's just
My
say.
doctor, known as Eric.
or Eric, sorry.
never has diarrhea.
No, I don't. Unless
It's
I'm
solid
sick.
every time.
You don't even wipe, do
I
you?
would have to.
You're a real so and so.
No, if I'm sick, yeah, it'll be explosive. But if I'm not, sick, I don't have it.
Yes. Okay. So it's
If I'm sick, there's been some.
it's a ripperverse.
If I'm sick, my stomach is trying to get that out of there by any means necessary.
Yes, I got it. That's normal though.
Yeah.
Because you take care of yourself.
Man, I try.
Garrett, you notice it was called FMT.
Yeah, I did see that.
Very close. Very close.
Right there, dude.
Oh man, how often would you say you have these issues?
Not often.
No.
Probably more often than Eric.
Well, yeah. He cleanses.
Yeah, he's like he works out. And stuff.
Gary, I work out. I just don't do it. I don't do it for long periods.
This doesn't count. This
Oh, it doesn't count with a
does not
sandwich?
count, no.
Well, I thought my sandwich ups were what was making me thin.
No, not nearly enough.
Oh.
You know, up those wraps and up that weight.
My bacon lunges? That's just when I eat bacon in a squatting position.
Bacon doesn't count as. I mean, it's still protein, but you need to eat other proteins.
Do you?
Yeah.
Well, I don't think that's true.
That's
Sometimes
your gut
when I
biome.
masturbate, the cum hits my lips. Does that count?
That's a complex carb, right?
I mean, that's protein, right?
Yeah,
Sure.
it counts.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. It's not.
I've been told it counts.
See?
Yeah.
It's a serious
who told
show.
you
And a
though?
serious.
Been told by many men.
It's good for your skin and your hair.
Why are guys such creeps about that?
That's weird.
Swallow it. Why do you care what happens to it? Why does it
We just desensitized by Twitter.
I know. I'm sorry. This is Twitter's fault. I normally would never speak like this.
Oh yeah, you're just a dark, disgusting person on the internet.
Yeah, that's correct.
Yeah,
I'm not
Hey,
going to
Eric,
argue with you.
Where can people find you?
They can find me at.
Why are we leaving?
Because the number.
Do we have time?
We got like another 2 minutes. We can chat. Well, where can we find you now that it's on them?
No, Eric D. July is social media every Riververse, as well as various shows on the week.
Including
during
this
the
one.
week, including this one
Right now.
on Blaze right now. So catch me.
I apologize for nothing.
This one's the
Go
one.
check out his
that's-
stuff. He's got Rippaverse.com. Go
Yes.
check out all of his
Real
stuff.
awesome.
Comics coming out all the time. Great merch. You got the fucking statue, dude. I wish I didn't break every statue I've ever owned.
Oh man,
And get that one. I would snap off those like the wind or the stuff's getting snapped.
Yeah, you really
go
are
check it out.
talented. Great job.
appreciate it.
Eric. What?
Airy is
Airy,
what I
dude.
called
I
Airy?
combine them both together in my stupid brain, right?
Everybody does it.
Gary.
I called Gary.
Yeah, we
Airy
look
4
alike.
times.
Beard's to beard and everything.
Dude, really, it's like
Yeah.
it's like
a mirror
Twins.
image. Stay twins.
It's just a photo negative and a photo.
yin yang, dude. Right there. Gary, where can people find you?
At my local doctor's getting a poop transplant to help break up my microbial community, because I hate the word community, so I want it to be the microbial fellowship.
Yeah,
All
you're
right,
trying to
that's what I'm-
diversify.
Oh, dude,
Right.
I,
Fellowship of
diversify.
the
I love that.
Ring.
Yeah, I don't care for the word community
Fellowship
either.
of the Ring. Yeah, some kind of ring.
Slip that in there.
The community of the ring.
The ring is your butthole.
Oh.
Yeah.
Throw it into the fire.
Is that what the doctor means when he says you've blown out your O-ring?
Yeah.
And that's why you're here?
That's it.
And you ever have that where you're like, I think I better call my family and say goodbye?
You get my affairs in order. You can write a will.
It's like twice a day. All right. I do want to say where I'll be at in all seriousness, as well as these gentlemen. June 14th and 15th, you can see me at the Summit City Comedy Club in Fort Wayne, Indiana. There's going to be a fecal transplant given out in the parking lot. I don't sponsor them, but you can get one. I'm just gonna mash. I'm gonna mash street
like
poop.
Joe Biden sit down.
Exactly.
Yeah.
DIY.
That guy had to have that transplanted back up into him, so it looked like he didn't do it. And then June 21 and 22, you can see me at Laugh It Up in Poughkeepsie, and then coming up, me, Michael Loftus, and Joe DeVito at the Improv in Milwaukee.
Hey, you can find me on my personal channel and the Rippaverse meetup this weekend. So come check it out. It's going to be fun.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I'm going to also go to the con in Dallas. So if you're there, find me. But like in a sneaky way, you know?
Yeah, we're going to be
Watch
shopping.
me from a distance and then just jump on it. I don't know where. I'll be ready.
And this weekend, you can see them all at, what's it called again?
Boozy Bird.
Boozy Bird. I like that name.
Yeah. You feel like a boozy bird?
Not anymore, but I don't mind being around people if they're having fun.
Yeah.
I've always said that. Like, it's my responsibility.
Do you want an invite? You can come, Dave. It's
I want to
okay.
go. I'm going home. My son's in a Little League championship.
Oh, that's awesome.
So yeah, I'm
That's
gonna.
better.
He's killing
That's
it.
better.
Otherwise, I would absolutely go there because he likes comics and such. So that would
There
be
you
a
go.
fun thing to bring him to. So
Go
I want
hang
to
out
bring him
with
to
your boy.
one of them. But yeah, I gotta. Being a dad comes first,
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Absolutely.
and 2 is cock jokes.
And
Close
3 is
second.
drawing dicks.
Don't lie. You know drawing dicks is number 1.
Well,
Yeah.
look, there can be a tie around my neck while I draw them.
Hey,
Let's see if we can keep the show on the plate. I'm kidding. I don't autoerotic asphyxiate myself anymore.
Just nerdrotic.
No, ever since I've never seen so many stars, and I used to hang out at the Comedy Store. All right, so let's go to the end of the world. Okay, I hung out there like 4 times. An Idaho bar went viral after declaring June Heterosexual Awesomeness Month in protest to Pride Month. Some of the comments on this, if you do want to look it up, it's fantastic.
It's really entertaining.
What drinks do you think they will serve to hammer home the point that they are indeed heterosexual? QB.
Jack off to Stormy Daniels.
Ah, yes.
Showing a little bit of support, but a little bit of...
I like that. What do you got for me, Angela?
Black Russian with huge tits.
Yes. It's a delightful drink.
It's an interesting
Eric?
visual.
Rusty nailed her.
Nice. I like it.
Emphasis on the her.
Yes.
Saying gay.
Extra emphasis.
Yes. What do you got there for me, Gary?
Slaying pussy on the beach.
Oh, I love it.
Tasty.
Sounds delicious.
I just made that up.
I love it. I'd eat it.
It's gritty, though.
Drink it. I don't know how you do. I don't know why you.
What's that song?
I don't know why you would chew
What's
it.
the song?
Pina colada.
No. The one that you showed me that's about.
Oh, candy liquor.
Candy liquor.
Yeah, if you want to listen, if you want to seriously love up your lady, put on Candy Liquor by Marvin Cease and just enjoy.
Don't be ashamed, man.
It's a 12-minute song about orally pleasing a lady.
Yeah.
It's the free bird of soul.
Yes.
All right. Also, I'm going to do the Cumsin cider.
Oh.
But why waste Bloody Mary's hymen
Yep.
and would never fuck a Manhattan?
I think we can open a bar.
Definitely.
We should save these for us. What are you doing? This is a normal world bar.
Yeah, we should just start a normal world. I think we could do well with it.
Yeah.
We could just sit around. I'll be your bartender, and I
You
won't
can be
even
like
drink.
Sam from Cheers. Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Be like, I had a problem with it, but I'll get you a drink.
Yeah.
What do you want?
I would like a rusty butthole.
Oh, would you?
Yes.
Well, good news.
Oh.
Mine is.
1 second. Let me.
Mine looks like the hose that was left out during Katrina.
Jesus.
Too far?
Pretty rusty, man.
That's a rusty
Eric July,
nose.
thank you so much for
Thank you.
enduring this.
I understand.
Eric, love you.
If you want me to be gone the last time you're here. I've had a weird day, and then I just get loopy.
You know,
I walk in circles. Loopy.
see y'all next Tuesday.
Fruit loopy. Like this whole month.
Yeah. Woo!
Good night.